So you guys know that if I'm given the opportunity to unbox a sealed vintage Apple product on the channel, I'm gonna take that 9 times out of 10. And so when Donglebook Pro hit me up and said, hey, check it out, I've got this sealed iPhone 3G that is more affordable because it's got a tear in the corner, well, you know I'm gonna take that opportunity. And quite frankly, I'm a little concerned about this particular phone because the box looks a little bit bulgy on the front, which makes me wonder if the battery has expanded on this phone. That's a risk that you're always going to take with sealed Apple products, but then again, most people aren't stupid like me and unbox them. But that's exactly what we're going to do today, and there's only one way to find out if this phone has a swollen battery, and that is for you to like, comment, and subscribe, and for us to get started. Do you ever find yourself needing to remote into your laptop or other network devices from less than convenient locations? Well, today's video sponsor, Pulseway, might be just right for you. Pulseway has been building the perfect IT platform for sysadmins and IT enthusiasts like us for over a decade and have done a pretty good job at it. With Pulseway's all-in-one platform, you can centrally manage all of your desktops, servers, and network devices, making IT management frankly easy. They have desktop and mobile apps, so you'll be the first one to know when things go wrong wherever you might be. Have your hands full? No problem. Pulseway offers you the functionality to control your IT systems with the power of your voice. It really doesn't get any easier or more efficient than this. If you want to see for yourself, check out the link in the description below and get started with a 2-week free trial of Pulseway. There's no commitment necessary, so definitely check that out. And now let's get back to the video. Now, I'm always nervous when unboxing a sealed Apple product because there are two main things that could go wrong. Number one, it's fake. Or number two, it's completely broken. 14 years sitting in a box is a long time and a number of things can happen. And there's really no way to know other than to unbox it. But we can at least get some clues about the authenticity by looking around the box. As mentioned before, there is a rip in the seal here. Now, that makes this less valuable, but it also increases authenticity because there's a dent in the box and a rip in that same spot. And that honestly just lets us know that the seal and the box are matching. Also on the front here, the wear pattern is consistent with the embossed home button if you look at it in the light. Again, that's a good sign. We also have this carrier sticker on the back, which is actually placed on top of the seal, and the IMEI is all matching. So things look pretty good here. Almost a little too good, which is why I'm worried about a swollen battery. But I think we're gonna have to get into this thing to find out. All right, here comes the nerve-wracking moment. I always hate doing this, but we're going in. I've got the X-Acto knife. We've got our sights set on the seal. Let's go in. Okay, and just like that, I have taken away all of the value. This is no longer special. It's just an opened up iPhone. This feels like that time they did surgery on a grape. Okay, the seal is now broken. We can peel it back. Oh, the box is looking really fresh underneath it. Wow, that does look good. Here's the moment of truth. If I just see a cracked screen, I'm gonna cry. The screen is intact. That is a good sign. Look at the foam inside here, completely unworn. Oh, wow. It is so rare to see an iPhone 3G that looks like this. And guys, I don't think this is swollen. I think this looks perfectly perfect. Oh my goodness. You know, I never owned one of these new, but I do remember when they came out, and I just thought they looked so cool with that perfectly smooth back design. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and examine the contents of the box. Here we have our Designed by Apple in California booklet. Ah, look at this. Look how clean that cable is. It doesn't feel like it's really degraded either. That's impressive. We do have, for this model, a power brick that you will recognize. This, I believe, was the year that this style of power brick was introduced. So this looks common to us now, but this was brand new back in 2008. And then, of course, we have the iconic earbuds. You don't really see them looking like this anymore, but these were the bane of my existence back before the EarPod design launched in 2012. These things sound awful and are so unbelievably uncomfortable, but it's rare to see them brand new before they've ruined anyone's ears. Let's take a look at the Designed by Apple in California booklet, and there's our SIM eject tool right on top. Again, that looks familiar. This is basically the same SIM tool that you would have gotten up until this year when Apple, of course, removed the SIM tray altogether. And here is our iconic booklets from back in the day. We've got fingertips right on top. And, oh yes! Yes! My favorite thing of all time, it's the iPhone branded microfiber cloth. I'm not even joking when I tell you that this is what I was so excited for in this unboxing. I don't know which iPhone they stopped including this on. I suspect the last one was the 3GS, but the iPhone's been all downhill since then. Let's take a look at the fingertips booklet. These were the rather long instructionals that you used to get back in the day. It's quite a big one. Look at this. Gosh, it's double-sided. There's really, they just kind of put every single feature of iPhone OS on this pamphlet and stuck it in the box. Definitely good that they don't do this anymore. Then we have our important product information guide, which gives us all of our legal jargon and our software license agreement. And then of course we have our Apple stickers, and these look unlike ones that I've ever seen. They're sort of opposite facing and tilted. I have never seen that. That's the contents of our iPhone 3G box. I am pretty confident that this is legitimate. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the moment of truth here, because it's time to see if this iPhone works. And I've got a microfiber cloth from a Retina MacBook Pro that I can lay this down on so that it doesn't have to touch any surface and scratch that pristine back. Because as anyone who ever owned or saw an iPhone 3G or 3GS knows, that back gets scratched up immediately. So that's gonna be my challenge. Let's go ahead and peel off the backing. Oh my gosh, look at it. That is the most beautiful thing. It's flawless. Okay, let's pull off the screen protector. Wow. That was a really good peel. Okay, my heart is beating a little bit right now, but we got the 30 pin. Let's see what happens when you plug in a 14-year-old brand new iPhone. Oh my gosh. Immediately, the low battery charging light comes on. The screen doesn't look discolored. Wow. Did I get really incredibly lucky? That was immediate. This thing might turn on after 14 years in a box. Okay.
I mean, it'll...
Oh my gosh, hang on. I'm getting up to leave this some space and it's booting. It's booting up right now. I gotta turn off the air conditioning heat. Don't fall. Oh! Okay, it's still too low, but it did, I saw the home screen. Also weird that it went to the home screen and not the slide to activate. That's interesting. we got the iPhone 3G activated and we're on the home screen for the first time. This is really special to see, and I'll also say not very easy, because first time activating a 14-year-old iPhone is not a simple task. Ironically enough, you have to go through Windows and basically just bypass the activation screen. You can't actually activate it because the networks are down, the iTunes servers are down. It's a whole thing. But we are finally on the home screen, and that means we can go and find more information about this phone. So when we go into the About section, you'll see that we are on iPhone OS 2.2.1. Now that's not what this phone launched with, and that's because, as evidenced by the serial number, this phone was actually manufactured in May of 2009. So it's one of the later runs towards the end of this phone's life cycle before the iPhone 3GS came out. But poking around in the settings, it is really fun to always go back and look at some of these iconic wallpapers. I think this wallpaper was new for iPhone OS 2. I certainly used this a little later. We're talking like iOS 4 on the 4th gen iPod Touch, but this was my lock screen wallpaper for a number of years. I think I used the world, of course, that's the iconic one. I think my mom actually used the orange flower, and at one point also this flower. I recognize those a lot. It's always this weird rush of nostalgia. This phone introduced a couple of new things. We have a calculator app right on the home screen. We also have iTunes and the App Store. Now, the App Store actually came out with iPhone OS 2.0 and the iPhone 3G. So this is one of the earliest App Store interfaces out there, and it's very, very basic. We have a search function. We have updates for the apps you have installed. We have top charts, which looks like it's actually getting updates still. I'm not sure if these are actually the top apps right now, but it seems to be getting something. We have categories over here, and then of course we have the featured tab. That's really it. Oh, you know what? I guess this is getting updates because HBO Max and Tinder are both on this top of the page here. It is kind of weird to see some of the modern apps in this really old App Store interface. You can't actually install most of these apps because obviously they're not going to work on this old version of iPhone OS. But it is very interesting to get this look into the App Store at its early stages 14 years ago. In fact, this whole phone is just a really fascinating time capsule. I don't like to touch these things because they scratch so easily, but like, look at that. When was the last time you saw a brand new factory out of the box iPhone 3G? It was probably around 14 years ago. And so it's really weird and very cool to see one like this today. And honestly, the thing that most amazed me is that this thing holds a charge, the battery charged right up, and it works like a brand new phone after 14 years. That's really something. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found it enjoyable and satisfying as much as I did. Leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's get that lock sound. Ah, classic.